They could hear us. Perfect. Hey, Crypto Heads. Welcome to the Cryptic Paranormal Show. I deleted the intro, so we just going old school. We're just going to start right away. Do it like we used to do it,
Right?
like in the studio. So it'll be
Right.
interesting. You think we'll make it without Denise tonight? I'm sure we will.
I don't even know if anybody will show up without Denise tonight.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I know Tina said she'd be on. So hopefully, if you're tuning in and watching, throw out some subjects like we used to do back in the day and just talk about whatever. Um, so what's been going on? Anything good? Just work, family.
Yeah, just work, family, chilling.
We went to Shalersville a couple weekends ago. That was fun.
That was fun.
Um,
Fun
talk
to
a
see
little
the
bit
group.
about that. It was it's kind of slow, but like I said, it was more like a reunion. We were just chilling out and talking to each other and catching up.
Yeah, we decided that we can't investigate houses together
Right,
because
right.
we
It's
get too
just
chummy and just sit around the table and talk instead of investigating.
right. Yeah, it's a little too comfortable, and we ended up just chilling and forgetting. Oh yeah, we had three buildings opened up that we never really go
We were just
into, and
like,
we didn't. Eh, we're
we just
fine.
caught up
Good talk.
basically. We did a little bit, but basically we caught up
Yeah,
and made
right.
fun of each other and did all that kind of stuff.
Yep. And about 1 o'clock, we were like, okay, it's probably
I
about
was
time to
I
go.
was like dragging, man. I was dead. I was like, oh my god, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, we got to get the late night tolerance level back up before
I
we do that
know.
again.
Like I had nothing up, man. I was like, I just remember driving home with cabs. And I'm like, I think I'm gonna like get sick.
What's up, Chester? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, we got Darren Smith. What's up, dude? How are you?
All right.
So yeah, we are without Denise tonight. She is hopefully enjoying her vacation. I keep picking on her and telling her she better not be working while she's
Yeah,
out there, but you know she is.
her people finally came and got her and took her back to her home planet. Oh,
Right.
just in time.
Yeah, so she's not with us tonight, but I'm sure she is in spirit. Ha ha ha.
Oh,
But
I'm
yeah,
sure she like clamored to like get hey, you know what? It's 8 o'clock. I should be watching the show. If
yeah,
I'm not
right.
on the show, I
I'm
should be
sure that's what
watching the
she's
show.
doing. Hopefully, she's enjoying herself. That's all. That's all I can say. But what's up with everybody? What's up, Chester? What's up, Darren? Darren, let us know if you got any events going on we could plug for you. But it's been kind of a slow paranormal month, really. I mean, I haven't really. Work has been so crazy. I really haven't had time to even like look into things or do research or haven't
No,
really
I haven't
noticed
either.
anything on the news besides the shit storm that is
Yeah,
the world right now. So
yeah. I was like, it's just bleh.
I know, right? Like I should be looking into it just to get my mind off of everything else that is we're barraged with every freaking day. But I'm so
Yeah,
emotionally and physically tired by the time I get home from work. I just start playing my app games and kind of zoning out for the rest of the night.
yeah. That's basically what like I get. We got Link in the bed and I zone out. I'm in bed by like 9 o'clock usually.
I'm usually up till about 10:30.
9 o'clock, I'm like, oh man. I'm up at 10. If I'm not in bed by 10, I'm like, what the hell's going on? This is a late night here. No.
Chester said
Right,
he's
gotta get.
getting ready for the fourth. You do fireworks, Chester? I mean, I guess they're legal. Our neighbor has a big, huge display every year right across the street, right in the middle of the town. So, um, I mean, I know it's legal to purchase them now, but
Yeah.
I don't know what the city. But it doesn't matter because everybody's setting them off, and the cops drive around. They don't
Yeah.
stop anybody.
No, they're only going after people that are like setting off bombs and shit. Like the big suckers that are like,
Yeah,
just
yeah, like
should
the
not should
M100s
not
or
be
whatever
in
they are.
public use,
Yeah.
probably. Professional only.
Country, we were always setting that shit off.
Oh yeah, there's no. Where I grew up, there was no like, like you got your finger blown off, you got your finger blown off. That was just something you had to deal with.
Right. Oh yeah, that's right. The kids are in our marching band does the big July 4th parade, and they've been having wonderful, really fun uh, um, preparations and practices in this heat.
Yeah,
They're out for a couple hours yesterday morning, and I think they got to go one more time next week. But unfortunately, this 4th of July, I'm on call, and I'm kind of PO'd. I might have to miss the parade, but it just bums me out because it's like Piper's last parade with high school. So she's technically a senior now.
do you know? Was it? It wasn't the same time. It was just like one of those oddities. Is it that Thomas Jefferson and John Adams both died on the 4th of July?
No, I didn't know that.
I'm not sure if it was on
Interesting.
the same time or if there was a time apart. For some reason, I want to say there was like some years apart, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I
Little
didn't
4th
know
of
that
July
information.
trivia there. Let me look here.
There you go. That's his weekly what the f contribution this week.
John Adams
All about Independence Day.
and who did I say? Thomas
Oh,
Jefferson.
Thomas Jefferson. And
Died
as you
on the
can see, I'm
same.
like throwing back the coffee just to make it through the show.
Died on the same day,
Darren
July
said,
4th, 1826.
"Really?
Yep.
Wow, that's interesting. That's a cool little tidbit."
Yeah.
So Darren said at the old Licking County Jail, they got tours Saturday for the
Oh, nice.
bicentennial celebration. That'll be fun. Of the Erie Canal downtown here in Newark from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Huge event. Governor DeWine will be speaking at the market and touring the jail. That's cool.
Nice.
You got royalty coming. That's cool, man. That'll be fun. I don't. Yeah. Are you guys doing anything good for the 4th or just another day?
I think it's just another day.
Not
I don't
gonna
like
like cook out
crowds.
or anything?
I'm not sure. Well, it's Caitlin's family's birthday gauntlet. Like her birthday is like the 9th. Her brother's is like, or her dad's is like some other time right here at the beginning of July.
Yeah.
So like 4th of July just happens to sprinkle in there someplace.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I gotcha. So if you are celebrating, have a good one. If you're doing something fantastic, send me pictures. I'll probably be at home. Fun stuff. But yeah, I don't know, man. Let's see. I can't even think of anything like weird that I've seen going on. I mean, besides the normal weird. Um,
No,
I know they
no,
had
I
FC
didn't.
Icon. It looked like they raised like $10,000 at FC Icon, which was freaking amazing. That was a
They already
big
had
sum
FC
of money.
Icon.
What's that?
I didn't even know they had FC Icon.
Yeah, it was last weekend. I missed it. I didn't go. I didn't do much of anything last weekend because of the water situation at my house. That was fun.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I don't know. It's yeah. Wait, where's Denise? Where the fuck is she?
I told you, man. Friggin' people came from her home planet and took her back finally. She's with her own people now.
Yeah, Chester. I'm hoping I don't work too. We'll see. Depends on who's getting sick. And with this weather, we've been pretty busy. People are having a hard time breathing right now with all this
I
heat
wonder if
hitting.
ghosts freak out on the battlefield on 4th of July because like all the shit starts blowing up again.
So, like, what? Ghost PTSD?
Yeah.
We already
Like they're just
died once.
they're chilling on the fields, and all of a sudden the fireworks start, and they're like, "Fuck!" They
Who
can't
knows?
find
It
their
might.
guns
I mean,
because they don't have them anymore, and they're
right,
like just.
right. Or does it like just trigger like a residual reaction where they just pick up where they left off? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or
Hmm.
they're like they actually think they're in a battle, like, but it's not. They don't see us. They just hear the noise, like we hear them.
Yeah.
That's an interesting thought. I don't know. What do you think?
I just told you what I think. I think it happens.
Okay,
That's what thought came in my head. That
that's
ghosts
yeah.
have PTSD on the 4th of July,
Unfortunately, a lot of our
especially that
veterans
we're in the
that
battlefield.
yeah. Unfortunately, a lot of our veterans are sent into quick PTSD with the fireworks going off
Oh
everywhere,
yes,
and
yes, and that's
yeah,
unfortunate too. I've seen signs at some like apartments that have
yeah,
veterans that live there that say, "Please be mindful" and stuff. And I think that's
right,
you should be.
right. And like, I don't want to like besmirch everybody's fun, and I like to see a good firework display, but some people take it too far, and they're up doing it all night and all
Yeah,
weekend. Like July 4th, like there's a window. Like,
I'll
fine,
even give you the weekend. I'll give you the weekend,
yeah,
but
but
not
like,
at 2 in the morning.
right, exactly. Thank you. When we lived in Cuyahoga Falls in those apartments when Kim and I first moved in together and where we got married and started our family, we were living there. We lived right by Wyoga Lake, like right on our bedroom window overlooked Wyoga Lake, and we could see it from our balcony. But there were people out there on July 4th. That's fine. They're shooting off some fireworks and stuff. That's fine. But they were out there drinking all night and playing music, and it was like, dude, I got a baby. Like Piper was having a fit. I mean, they were
Yeah,
shooting off fireworks. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, what the hell? Come on, man.
they don't
And
give a shit,
I
man.
was the old man, the old crotchety man who called the cops. And
No, you
like,
didn't.
I did, man. I couldn't stand it, dude. I'm like, I got to work. Let's do this. Just get them out of here.
No, I've
It's
never called the cops
technically
on
July.
anybody.
It's I did it a couple times there because there was a dude. A dude rolled up into the back area where our balcony was, and it was like the service entrance, like where everybody went in, like carrying their groceries and everything. And this dude just pulls up and he's just sitting there with his car radio blaring and he's beeping, just nonstop beeping, waiting for somebody to come out the door instead of like just getting up and going in or whatever. I mean, this went on for an hour. I'm like, sorry, I got to call the cops. This is ridiculous. And the guy got nailed for DUI because he was drunk behind the wheel, technically, with the car running.
Yeah. Well,
So,
there you go. You might have saved some lives.
yep. Oh, there was apparently, according to Darren, there was a squirt gun battle all day at FCI.
Well, see, I don't like
John
to get
Ward,
wet.
him and John Ward started with Amber, and it got crazy. A lot of
Yeah, see,
fun. Those
I
two
don't like to
guys.
get wet, so I'd be like,
You old curmudgeon. No, it probably felt good. It was hot as hell. What's going on? Oh yeah, Chester agreed. Stop at midnight. I don't care if you do it all weekend. Yeah, it's just like a couple hours is fine, but
yeah,
I mean they're already starting to let them off right now. I've already heard a couple tonight. I'm like, come on. And then Chester said Wyoga Lake Towers is where he was first living. He got married. That's exactly where we lived.
yeah.
Wyoga
The
Lake
Catholic
Towers.
Church here sets off fireworks after midnight on Christmas Eve.
That's
Yeah,
kind of
after
cool.
at 1 o'clock.
It's
No, it's not.
no,
When
that's
you're
not cool. That's not cool.
and they're not. They're real fireworks.
So it's like a full display.
But I think so. I'm usually in bed listening to it, going, "That better not wake up Lincoln."
Right? He's going to have words with the Pope.
That's right.
Since that's like his best friend, his like right hand man.
Mess them up, man.
So yeah, you know
I don't
what?
know if that's probably to like scare off the ghosts.
Yeah, it could be celebrate. Well, you said it's Christmas Eve.
Yeah, but it's actually
Oh, okay.
Christmas by the time I guess it. goes down.
I gotcha. So they're just celebrating the birth of Christ, right?
Yeah, but fireworks,
With
man.
really loud explosives.
Can't they do something else? Yeah, like a laser light show or something. Drones. I don't
A
know.
laser light show. Like a
I'm sure
drone
they can
show with
afford
like
it.
baby Jesus floating over Akron.
Yeah, I'm sure they can afford it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This was supposed to be. I was supposed to have all kinds of cool things going on this summer, and that's what I get for having ideas and dreams and wanting to do stuff. It's been too hot. I'm glad, like we're not. Or I know you wouldn't go camping. That's not your bag. You're not going to be out there camping with us. But I do. I do still want to go to camp out. I know Denise and I talked about getting some people that wanted to go down to like Salt Fork
Yeah,
and camp out for a
you
weekend.
guys can have fun with that.
Um, I know that's not your thing. Do some Bigfoot
You
tracking,
get a
but
cut out of me and just put
I
me
ain't all
there by
about
the
camping, but
fire.
I
Or
can't
throw
do
me
it
in
in
the
this
fire.
heat.
I don't care.
I can't camp in this heat. It's too much. I can't camp out from under a tent, and yeah, I gotta at least have a tent to protect me.
Yeah, that's the church, man.
She said she thought she was losing her mind on Christmas Eve hearing
Yeah,
things.
saints of it's that church.
What is it called? Saint Benedict's?
Saint Sebastian.
Saint Sebastian. I wasn't even close.
I'm sure they probably do it at all of them. So, like Saint Vincent, Saint Mary, all of them. I don't know. Maybe they don't.
Must be a Catholic thing.
Yeah. Okay. All right, guys.
We had late night service. That was about it at my church. Standing around holding hands, singing like a bunch of freaking Who's down in Whoville.
You still do that all the time, don't you? You and your family.
Yep. Yahoo for his.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah, I figured.
No,
You guys
we don't
probably
do
do
that.
that, and you get some Harry Potter shit going for Christmas, right?
Harry Potter is all year round, but yeah, definitely for Christmas. It's pretty much playing nonstop from like Halloween through Christmas,
Yeah.
just on repeat.
Oh man.
What did Tina say? No, no one else does that. It's insane. It is a little extreme. Do it the
It
next
is
day,
not a
like.
lie, man. Not a lie. I always think like maybe it's something maybe it's something like it just happened one year, but I think it's happened every year. I'm really gonna pay attention. I know it happened last year, but
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain it's happened every year since I lived here, and I'm always like surprised by it.
Oh yeah, I mean, even like when my neighbor does his stuff, I forget about it until he starts blowing the shit up, and I'm like, oh crap, because I start hearing it like coming from because Stowe has their own display, and then I mean, you could hear all the towns around you having a display about the same time, and then all your neighbors that are blowing shit off.
Yeah.
But his are loud because he's got like the real deal. He's got like his brother. I think he said his brother-in-law works for the same company that does like the display for the Guardians and those places. So he gets like the legit setup. Like he's got
Yeah.
everything like
Maybe
hooked
they
up to
probably
a
shouldn't have that
computer
shit.
and like it's all choreographed to the music and stuff. It's pretty cool, but it seems like it's really dangerous to be doing like right in the middle of our neighborhood.
Yeah.
There's a lot of trees and a lot of houses. Yes, Tina watched these Sorcerer's Stone last night. I jump between Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, but it's usually Star Wars. I'm watching season 2 of Andor right now, catching up on
Cool.
that. Yeah.
No.
What's that?
I'm just looking through the stuff. No one else does that. Insane.
Right. All right. Any ghosty questions? Anybody out there?
Why? It's Chester and Tina.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I guess you would hear the rubber ducks. That's pretty close.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet you hear those all summer. I hear those sometimes too. Yeah.
You know what used to scare the shit out of us though when we did live over at Wyoga Lake because we live really close to the the Army Reserve base there.
Oh yeah.
I could have swore they used to do like live fire because we would hear like really loud like gunfire. Like it sounded like tanks like blowing off blanks or something, dude. It was like horrible, like
My
super
word.
loud. It was like
My
before.
word.
Thank God that they didn't do that like after Piper was born, but like every couple months or so, like it would just come out of nowhere. We're just like ducking, like what the hell's going on? Like World War III is about to break out in Cuyahoga Falls.
So I was thinking the other day. People talk about how come they don't see any caveman ghosts
Okay,
because we don't live in caves anymore.
true. So if we ghost hunted a cave, would we see one?
Probably.
I mean, it makes sense. They're not walking around in the middle of our neighborhood. You know, they don't live here with us anymore.
No caves here.
Right.
No mountains
Well,
here.
there's caves in Ohio.
Yeah, but not good ones.
Not probably like not livable caves,
Yeah.
but she was commenting. Sounds like Akron on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Kinds of gunfire. So I guess they still haven't. I don't know if you heard about the little accident, or not little, that the tubing accident that the father and son went. They disappeared, and they found the son's body. They still have not found the father yet.
And you don't fuck around on the Cuyahoga River when it gets that fast.
No, I was reading like. I mean,
The kayaking
should they have
places.
some awareness of that? Yes, but there's really like nothing stopping from people like doing it themselves. Like it's not just the
No,
companies that are
no, they
doing it
can't
now.
stop people from doing it themselves.
No, and there's
That's what
really
they're
not a whole
doing.
lot of signage to like remind them, hey, if it's high, you might not want to get in there because it is pretty rocky and
Yeah, but
it's pretty disastrous.
that's like common. Like you
Yeah,
should. I don't know if it's because I grew up on the lake and by the rivers and stuff that I
yeah,
know. And that's a possibility.
right.
That it's just born
Well,
in me
and
that
plus too,
you
like
watch out
where
for
it
fast
happened,
rivers. You know what's underneath
yeah,
there.
and also it did happen. Like I guess the where they fell overboard was like right by the Sheraton on the river,
Yeah,
which is
which is
that's not
crazy.
safe to begin with.
No,
I
what
mean,
like
nobody should be down at that part,
no,
anyways.
no. But I mean, I'm not like disparaging them or anything because they're
No,
probably
no. I
having
mean,
fun. It just happened.
it is
But
a horrible
it's just
accident.
like
You're not pushing blame on anybody, but there should be. I don't know, man.
you
I hate
can't
to like
warn everybody of everything, though, man. They
right.
gotta like that's what I'm saying.
Well,
You
I mean,
gotta.
and the same weekend in Kent, there was like
There's been
5 or 6 different rescue calls for people falling
well
into the
because they're not
river
used
trying
to
to
the
tube
river
down them.
being this fast.
Yeah, it's it's yeah. It was just a sad thing that happened, and I feel horrible for that family.
There used to be
And
a dam there. I know they took it down, and that used to stop people from getting down to that area
yeah,
by the Sheraton.
right. Yep.
But I think
Wasn't it an
people
actual?
would
That's Isn't that where the actual Cuyahoga Falls were? It was like right there.
no. I were they there or are they down by where the gorge is?
Oh no, you're right. Yeah, they were down. They're down by the gorge.
Well, all they do is say small craft advisory on Lake Erie.
Right.
Every day's a
Oh,
warning on Lake
here
Erie.
we got a paranormal question. Let's get back to some fun stuff. That was depressing and horrible, and I feel bad for that family.
Yeah, me too.
Um, Do either of you know what started the Yeti and Sasquatch craze on all the reels? It's the AI. Somebody figured out how to make AI videos of a Sasquatch pretending to be like a content creator, doing selfies and stuff like that. I mean, they're funny, but I'm starting to like, okay,
AI done everything. We did our thing right here. AI. Everybody's done it.
yeah. Right? So everybody's doing it, and I've seen like ones with stormtroopers, like they're content creators showing what they're doing that day, and I mean, they're funny. I don't know what started it besides somebody had an idea to do it, and he made one, and he made a bunch, and then people figured out how he did it and started making their own.
Yeah, see, I have no
But
idea, to be honest with you, what you were talking about. So,
there's short videos of like a Bigfoot. I mean, it looks real, but it's like AI created.
hmm.
And he's like got a selfie stick and he's like running around like doing stuff like picking on campers or making friends with local animals. And then at the end, he's like roasting them over a fire. They're funny. It was funny to start, but it's kind of like
I wouldn't
starting
put
to
it
die
past
off
them
already.
to do that. Bigfoot's an asshole.
Right? Hey,
He knows
buddy,
how I
come
feel.
on.
They know how I feel about it.
Right?
It's no secret.
But yeah, so what actually started that? I think it was just the usual one person did it and it started trending. So everybody hopped on the AI Yeti Sasquatch bandwagon.
Every time I don't know why, when I hear Sasquatch, I think of squash.
Squash.
Yeah, Sasquatch.
That'd be a funny shirt. Yeah, I've
I
seen
haven't
them on
seen them.
Facebook, on
I
YouTube.
watch YouTube. I don't watch Facebook. Or I'm not on
Yeah,
Facebook, but maybe I'll see them. They like some. You never know what comes on your thing.
I think the original creator, does have a YouTube channel where he posts them. He posts all his AI stuff there. But then they're reused for other AI apps that you can download. Like if you like this video this person created, you could do it on this app and make your own. So it's like everybody's borrowing it for their own application and their own AI
Yeah,
programs to
that's
advertise.
what's getting crazy is AI. Like, can you sue AI?
No, nope.
I'm saying, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I mean, I was using it to like kind of revamp um our
Yeah, that's cool.
paranormal team name. That's one thing, but trying to fool people with videos and stuff like that, that's
Yeah, I don't know what's real
and
anymore.
when it becomes like a physical manifestation of AI, like the robots and stuff, that starts freaking me out. I've seen too many Terminator movies, and it's when you start seeing a robot you can get for $16,000 that's programmed to do kung fu. Oh, no thanks.
Oh, I saw one that like somebody made that can run like a horse.
Oh yeah, that's Kawasaki.
Yeah,
That's like a rideable
yeah,
motorcycle horse.
horse.
And that's for real. That I mean, the video that they put out of it, it's still like AI, but they have physically put it together. I mean, they have them in production.
They should be combining shit like that.
But yeah, but they show them like jumping over these ravines and like going off like roading, like extreme off roading, getting to places where you can't get your ATV into. I'm like, you know how many people are going to die when you first release these things because they're trying to do what you're showing in your AI created videos?
Yep.
It's
Oh, I saw a
ridiculous.
good AI thing the other day because, like, I know all the like the air disaster stuff and everything, right?
Yeah,
So it said 12 years old problem caused this plane crash. They had a 12-year-old on the phone as their like thumbnail, and I'm like, no, I knew what the thing was. I was like, it was a
yeah.
12-year-old problem that caused the crash 12 years ago, or like 12 years later.
Yeah.
So the AI was a 12-year-old talking on the phone like she was a ATF person or
Oh my god.
like air traffic controller. I was
Yeah,
like,
it's far from being practical for usage, but people are trying really hard. Oh,
like
it's like
12-year-old
what really
girl.
scares me too is the ease it's going to be, or it's already for like identity theft. Like
Yeah, yeah.
you can program your voice to sound like something else,
Oh,
or
yeah.
to sound like somebody legit, or like a a celebrity or a politician or whatever, and they can call and get your information and all that kind of stuff. It's like we got enough to deal with, man.
Yeah, I don't need that shit.
But I'm wondering, like, I wonder how AI would be used in like ghost hunting. Because I mean, most of the apps they suck, right?
That's what's going to happen. Is all of a sudden somebody's going to have an AI program that says it communicates with ghosts,
Hmm.
and it could just say whatever the fuck it wants. And you know what? It's
Yeah,
going to be able. It's smart enough to interact with you.
right. Yeah, yeah,
So
because it's
really, it's
AI,
going to throw probably half the evidence out ever that you might
right?
believe is real anymore.
Like it's programmed to like be able to search the internet in seconds
Hmm.
and come up with the answer that you want it to come up with.
Yeah. Your phone doesn't care. It's already listening to you.
That is true. I mean that's another form of AI too. That's why I never answer my phone. But like I tell my wife, I need to go to the store and get this, and then I pop on Facebook and it's nothing but ads of what I just talked to her about.
Yeah.
So you're always
That's,
being listened to.
oh, yes, definitely.
You know, I'd love to go off the grid, maybe not for the rest of my life, but at least for a couple months and kind of reset. But I
That's
don't think
actually
it's
what happened
possible.
to Dee. Is like she got too much involved in or AI, and the Men in Black finally came and got her.
Yeah. The government black ops sent the yeah, the men in black out.
She chat GPS herself right into right into the penitentiary.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, Kathy. Yeah, AI makes it easier to fake evidence. Like you wouldn't be able to believe anything anymore.
You
You're
can't
not
believe
going to
anything
be.
anyways.
Not you
Yeah.
won't be able to. You're not going to be able to believe anything anymore.
Yeah. So hopefully
Only you will
I don't know.
believe what you think. You know what I mean? And which is
Right.
basically what it should be, anyways. If you know you got
Exactly.
something, you should be happy with that.
Right. And to be honest with you, people have been faking evidence
Oh
since the
yeah,
beginning
for
of time.
since the beginning, 1830s, right? Is this when all the whole
Yeah.
spiritual movement kind of started?
They're in the
1830.
spiritual movement. All those the photos of the supposed ectoplasm coming out of people's mouths. I'm not saying that didn't happen, but you could clearly see in some of those photos that it's just like a sheet that's positioned to look like it's coming out of their mouth.
I think I
People.
read that translucent ghosts started when they were able to do the translucent lighting, as well as they started painting in watercolors.
Okay, yeah, I gotcha. Oh, we already did that one. Tina said it's when I think it and it shows up on Facebook that it scares me. Yeah, and that's happened to me too. You don't even say it out
Well,
loud; you just think it, and it's there.
yeah,
It is.
to be honest with you guys, I'd be a little concerned myself because that's never happened to me. So there might be something wrong.
Right.
I have not thought something and it popped up. You guys
Kathy
are
said that's
plugged
how
in,
she
tuned
feels.
in, fucked up.
Right. Yeah, and I don't even like people. I mean, for the longest time, people were sending me pictures. Oh, look at this little girl caught on my my cousin caught in his home. This ghost of a little girl, and I looked it up, and I'm like, that looks too real. And I looked it up. There's actually a ghost app where you could just put a ghost into a picture
Yeah,
and make it look real. I mean, it's literally an app on your phone. I think it's literally called Ghosts
yeah.
or
Well,
Ghost
I'm not
Pictures.
sure. I'm not privy to the ghost hunting world as much anymore. But is like evidence still shared out there and stuff? Because like I never believed much of evidence,
I don't
because
notice it. I don't notice like evidence being posted like it used to, because I don't think we no longer live in a world where like people have like actual websites anymore. It's
yeah,
all about. live streaming and social media
Mhm.
presence,
Yeah.
I see more people like trying to do live stream shows and that kind of thing, or like YouTube videos or YouTube shows that are
Which
that's
one?
kind of what has replaced just posting pictures of what you think might be a ghost, or
Yeah.
sharing audio. And that stuff, the social media stuff, is like
Well, social
it's
media got too
easier.
violent with people, man. Not violent, but violent in words. Like you couldn't.
Yeah,
Somebody showed something, it was automatically you faked it.
yeah. Or people would. I mean, I knew of a lot of
And
cases
there's
where
people out
people
there
would.
that fake it,
Yeah.
but there's
Oh
got
yeah.
to be a conversation about why it's faked and what it is first.
Right. Right. And I mean, I have gone off on people a few times, like back in the day when that was more visible to like see posts like that. Um, but like I said, I think it's just more social media stuff now. Like I don't really see people. The only people I see posting evidence like stuff like that or weird videos is like actual pages that's all they do is post weird videos and stuff that they're submitted. It's not even like their team
Yeah.
posting evidence. It's like somebody sending security footage of what may be a ghost to them and they post it and then it goes viral videos and stuff like that.
See now, I there are places where I would like. I'm gonna jump off into another thing. There are places where I would like to watch the video, the security video of a place, like for like 24 hours, just to see what goes down there. Like,
Yeah, I don't know
some
if
of
I could
these.
sit there and watch it for 24 hours. I'd have to watch it like
Well,
I'd
I
have
mean,
to take
I'd
a
be
break.
watching it like TV. I'd go out and have a cigarette or
Yeah,
something and come back in.
right,
I'm not
right.
gonna be, just
That
kind of
moment
see.
you go out though for the cigarette,
Yeah, I
somebody's gonna
know.
have
That's why you hopefully you have somebody else with you.
right. Just take it and shit. Kathy
That's
said the
true.
most important thing in paranormal is personal experience. Nothing else presented as evidence can be trusted. Exactly. I always like remember when I first got into this, it was always about documenting objective evidence, which is evidence that's you capture, you can document in a controlled area where it's not one of the people in the investigation be affected, but it's like something being affected, but not you,
Yeah.
but that you can measure. And it just, if you're into the science of it, awesome. If you're into it for fun and just because you believe in ghosts and you're trying to figure some stuff out for yourself and have that experience, then you know what? Be as subjective as you want. Just do it.
I'll tell you right
However,
now, I'm a ghost hunter, man.
you're a ghost hunter. You're not an
Yeah, I want to go
investigator.
look for them. I don't really care about the science and shit. I just want to go find ghosts.
Yep.
I want to have fun. I want to talk to them. I want to see what's going on.
Yeah, I've for the most part, I think I've been pretty honest about telling most people I do it for fun.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
not.
I started off because I was interested and I really did want to figure out what like I went through when I was a kid and all that kind of stuff. But
Still can, but it doesn't have to be a great
yeah,
journey.
no, it's just something that evolves over time.
You figure stuff
You
out
know,
and stuff.
but you still have to do, and I know you agree with this. You still have to do your due diligence to like debunk things.
Oh yeah,
Like we were working on why we were getting those weird like lights in our photos when we
right.
were at which is
Yeah,
probably
shit was
the most intense part of our investigation was trying to figure out how we were getting those lights
a
on there.
reflection off the bathroom tiles.
Right. Yeah, we figured it out.
Yeah, we figured it out.
But
It was
yeah,
fun. And
it,
you know what? It was fun trying to figure it out, and that's part of the experience. I think, if you really think
oh yeah,
about it.
yeah, yeah. I enjoy it. I mean, I like debunking and trying to
Me
figure it
too.
out.
Like, if
And
we would have found something, we would have found something. But no,
yeah,
like
it would have been,
but it was
and we
fun to
would have been,
investigate that part. That's the
we would
investigations
have,
I like.
yeah, we would have reacted the same as we did with though when we figured it out. We're like,
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
That was something we can't explain. That may be paranormal.
Yeah, I'm all about the fun now, man.
Yeah, I like having fun. I mean,
I,
if
I,
I
I
could
do my
trust people, I
intellectual
would
stuff
get back
because
into helping
my
people.
I am a like ghostiologist, so I do that stuff in private. I do my
Oh,
thinking
okay.
and my stuff like that,
Yeah, all your journaling and
my research and everything
yeah,
in private. But then when I get out there, I just want to have some fun. I
right.
want to let
Well, I mean,
loose.
you do it professionally all day. When you get out and you just want to have fun doing
Yeah,
it, throw all the professionalism behind.
I don't want that. I don't want that all the time.
Right.
You get burned out
Chester's
that way.
asking, have either of you been to Gettysburg? I would like to think that place. I would think that place would be a place to go with an IR camera to see paranormal
I would
activity.
love to go to Gettysburg. We
Um,
almost got to go.
I haven't been to Gettysburg since I
I've
was
never
little,
been.
but I can tell you if I mean I that's one of the things I have seen evidence of. I've seen video of. I mean, I've seen some different shows go there and they captured stuff.
There's a
I
place you
think
could
the
do a camping
most
trip, and I'll stay in the hotel.
there you go. That would be fun. I would be down for that. The most compelling evidence I've seen was actually a friend of mine that I used to work with when I worked at Martin. It was actually one of the employees I was friend plant. He was a Coke employee, a
Coca Cola.
Coca Cola employee. Um, he went to Gettysburg on vacation, and they were doing one of those like it was like a horse drawn tour. Like there's in a big like carriage, like filled with rows of people, and they had a couple horses pulling them around to the different spots on the field, the battlefield in the area. And he said they got off at one point, and not everybody, but him, and like another lady he was next to, and a third guy. They started hearing like a skirmish, like an actual like people yelling, like you would hear it during a battle, and you hearing like just hearing crazy stuff. And he actually recorded it, and you could hear what sounded like a battle, like a it would you would think it'd be like a reenactment or something, right? But there was no reenactments going on that day. So they caught this amazing audio that I mean I thought was really pretty cool. I mean, and I trust the guy. He wasn't there to ghost hunt, but he knew I was into it.
Yeah,
That's the kind of
Gettysburg.
stuff I like seeing.
Yeah, Gettysburg and maybe Philadelphia are the only reasons that Pennsylvania should be on this freaking earth, anyways. I really thought about that last week too, as I was just sitting there, and I'm like,
Yeah,
"What? Why are you even there? Why are you even there? You're long. You're tolls."
I don't know. You got to hate on my state, my home state, my birth state. You're hurting me, man. You're cutting me deep. You can hate Pittsburgh all you want, but the whole state of Pennsylvania, come
Freaking huge.
on. It does take a while to travel through when you're trying to
And
get to
it
other
costs
places.
$1 billion to travel to.
That I agree with too. But it doesn't mean the state itself is at blame for that. That's
Who is then?
the PDOT, the people that make the laws, and I don't know,
I don't
whatever.
know, the people that made Pennsylvania a state.
Hey, man, Pennsylvania was a pinnacle state in the United States fight for
Yes,
freedom.
it was. It was a keystone state.
There you go.
Yes,
But no, that's a good point.
yes.
I know you can. I know you can camp out there. That'd be a cool place to camp out and like.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I would camp out there, or not. I would camp out. You guys camp out. I'd go to the hotel. I'd be all right with that. Of course, you do.
Tina loves Pittsburgh. I love you, Babu.
Was there like there's a Pupsburg or something, a Pittsburgh in one of Lincoln's like things, and I'm always like cringing, like don't even ask for a shirt that says anything like that.
Poor kid. It's abuse. Yes, I
Well,
would love to go
Pittsburgh's
back
not
to
the only
Gettysburg,
place.
though I haven't been there since I was little with my family, like my mom and dad and my brother. I wouldn't go up any of the viewing towers because I was afraid of heights. There's like towers like with a bunch of steps, like viewing towers where you could get better views of the battlefield.
Yeah.
And there was one that I went up okay, but they just kept getting taller as we would get to different ones, and I'm like, nope, couldn't do it. My dad was pissed off at me. Boys' night.
Hershey, Pennsylvania. There's one more place.
That you like?
They're cool. I love
Okay.
Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, they make some good candy out there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Matter of
Penn
fact,
Rec.
you keep your whole state. Just keep those three cities, and I'll be fine.
Yeah, you make those like some kind of like middle state. Make them their own state. Let's see, Tina said I had this time slip in London when I was 10. A time
Did
slip
you
in
end up
London.
in Pittsburgh? And
Yeah, not a
no,
spatial slip, but a
that's
time
a
slip.
spatial slip. Yeah, time slip. You end up in like the Pittsburgh time era in London. That's what I was thinking about. It's like Pittsburgh, like Pennsylvania is freaking on fire even underneath it. it
Centralia, Pennsylvania. Yes.
yes.
Yeah, the cave. Yeah, the mine that caught on fire is still burning.
Yep.
And that whole area, they call it the Silent Hill.
Yeah.
It's just that this is the road that people go on like has cracks all over it that people like
Yeah,
put
they have like
graffiti
vents,
on,
don't
and
they? Don't they have vents coming up from it or something like that?
yeah, yeah. There's vents coming up. The air is slightly toxic. Like you're okay for a little bit, but you know you can't really like live there along that road.
Yeah.
Um, there's that really cool creepy church that's like at the end of the road. That it's very
Yeah, I've just seen
Silent
the
Hill.
pictures. Yeah, like it's kind of freaky. Some of the stuff
I'd like
there.
to I'd like to kind of see it for a minute and then leave.
Yeah, me too. See, Pennsylvania, I don't really hate you that much. Just your tolls in
It's
Pittsburgh.
just I hate the tolls too. They're ridiculous. I mean, even just to get to like south of Pittsburgh where my family lives, I'm paying probably a good $20 to $30 in tolls. And
Yeah,
that's not even that far into Pennsylvania.
no, it's not like their roads are golden.
Oh, they're definitely not golden.
There's even spots on the Ohio Turnpike that just say rough road now. I'm like, what do
Oh,
I
really?
pay tolls for?
Right.
Then I get mad when they try to fix it.
Yeah. Goddamn construction. Those poor people can't win.
Fix the roads. Stop closing down the road.
Here's the thing: if they would just fix them and be done, that'd be one thing. But it takes them forever to pave a small strip of it. And I mean, it just I don't know.
I like that they do a lot of work at night, though.
I wish they did.
They do
I
a
think they
lot
should
more work
only work
at
at
night.
night.
I know they do. I know you probably get on the turnpike a lot more and have to deal with all
Yeah.
that stuff. But they do it. I mean, before it used to
Honestly,
never
if I'm trying to avoid a lot of construction, I go on the turnpike because there's very little construction usually happening on the turnpike. Or they'll have a whole lane shut down for like 10 miles for absolutely no
Yeah,
reason.
but I'll have the other two open and you just kind of have to
Right.
like squeeze.
Yeah. I don't know. We've been all over the place tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. What did Chester have to say? Falling water in Pennsylvania? Yeah, the Andrew Lloyd Wright House. Heard of that? Pretty cool stuff. Yep. And there's out in Brownsville, there's a place I've tried to get us into a couple times called Nemacolin Castle. It's like right inside, like right where my cousin lives. It's like a real big mansion. That I know they have ghost tours, and I know teams have gotten in there, but the communication back and forth was not good.
Really?
I would I would email the people that were in charge of that. They email me back. I'd ask them another question. I never heard back from them. So I'd try again. A couple months later, same thing.
Start.
I don't
You
think they
get
have.
the process started and then kind of dropped
Yeah.
off.
Well, I think it's mostly people like that are just part of the historical society that are
Yeah.
volunteers. They don't really run things, and that kind of thing. I could imagine is probably like a revolving door. Whoever wants to deal with it at a certain point in time is the one who deals with it. But I mean, I know they do like flashlight tours and stuff like that there, and have uh, like the tours around the town,
Hmm.
but the ghost walks. But and I know I know other teams that are probably closer in the area, so it's easier for them to communicate because they live like with
Yeah.
only a few miles of the place. But yeah, there's a lot of cool places in Pennsylvania. Gettysburg
No,
is
there
definitely
is.
one of them.
I give those
Penhurst was
things a hard
awesome.
time because it sucks, but
It sucks to drive through. It takes forever, and they have a lot of repetitive road signs, like
I,
no passing, no passing.
I'm very Ohio centric.
Yes, especially Akron.
No, I don't care about Akron. I just know a lot about Akron.
Yeah. All right, kids. You know what? I think I'm going to call it a little bit early tonight. I'm pretty
Yeah,
tired, and I'm
we've
talking
been
to.
ADHD in it all through the night here.
I know, right? Tina, Tina's like, you're going to be really tired after the show. I'm like, I'm tired before the show even started because
Yeah.
it's been a nightmare of a couple weeks at work and stuff happening at home. So, hey, we came on, we did our thing. Denise will be back next week, hopefully. I think
Maybe if
maybe.
they drop her back off.
Yeah, those aliens, or the men in black, at least.
I'm sure she will be back next week because you know they couldn't take it for that long. They'd have to drop her off. They're like, you need to get the fuck out of here.
She's showing them how to use Chat GPT so they can do their job better.
Yeah.
But all right, kids, thanks for dealing with us. We love you, and we'll spook you later. And
Peace.
have a good weekend.
Bye.
And since D Nice isn't here, don't be an asshole. We'll speak you guys later.